Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Let me just get my comments up here. All right, everything's working. Good. And Angela, I know you'll watch this in the replay. I totally get it. I hate that we're on the same nights, but there's only 7 nights a week, and it's kind of hard to pick a night when somebody is not on here. So I appreciate you watching later. Hello, Anne, new member. Thank you so much for joining. I know I've got to update my thank you members part of my opening because I think I've gotten a couple of new members. So I really need to get that updated. Good evening, Anne. Thanks for coming. I don't know if you know this, but my middle name is Anne, but without the E, just ANN. My whole life, people have been trying to put an E on my first name and an E on my middle name, and there is none. Leona, hello from Hamilton. Hello. I don't know if I've ever asked you, but what does the A stand for? Or is it A? So I can maybe start calling you by your first name. Hello, Living by Faith Homestead. Thanks for dropping in. Same here. Yeah. My whole life. Or they think Lynn is short for Lynette, Linda. I'm like, nope, it's just Lynn. My father actually named me after Loretta Lynn. That's actually who he named me after. So cool and rainy here in BC, but you all need the rain. So I think that's a blessing. It was cool. They were calling for rain here all day, and I put off doing laundry because I thought I'm not going to get it out, and it didn't rain a drop. But it's cool. Like, it's weird. It felt like fall today, which isn't a bad thing because Lynn loves fall. I even have my fall t-shirt on tonight. But tomorrow and like all next week, the first week of school, we're going to be in the high 90s Fahrenheit, which is like 40 Celsius, like crazy. And the schools here have no air conditioning. So, and Aiden's got a lot of classes on the 3rd floor. Hottest floor in the room. In the school. So yeah, that's going to be, I shouldn't complain because I need about another week probably for the rest of my peppers, but I'm only giving them another week or so. And then I'm picking every single one of them and moving them in here to start ripening like I am with the ones behind me. Because I need to start cleaning out those beds to get them ready for fall and winter and garlic planting. So Alana, that is a beautiful name. Okay, Alana. Now, I'm terrible with names. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I have a terrible memory because of chemotherapy. They actually call it chemo brain, and unfortunately, it seems to be forever because it hasn't gotten any better. There's some good parts. I read books and I watch movies that I know I've seen before, and they're kind of hard to remember. So it's like watching them new and reading them new again. I'm in the UK. Cool. We've had a lot of rain, barely any sunshine, and here comes autumn, more rain. Ugh. That UK is actually on one of my bucket lists of places I want to go. Ireland, obviously, is the main one, but we'd love to go over to England too. So, don't know if I want all the rain though. And I said this to my cousin who's in BC when they have that rainy season. Like she goes, I'd almost take the cold and snow over all this rain. And I said, at least the snow, there's something about it. It makes, I'd rather have cold and sunny than cool and rainy. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just a little bit more brighter, and man, that gloomy weather just is terrible. Hello, Karen. Thank you for dropping in. I have the same memory. Oh, it's awful. I mean, I honestly have a hard time remembering anything from like more than 2 years ago. Is getting harder to remember some things like really clear. I forget the name of things. I'll be holding like something like a pen and I'll be looking at it, and the family will be looking at me, and I tell them, don't finish it. Let me get the word. And I cannot remember the darn name of it. And it's scary. Like, it's scary. I take supplements. I play puzzle games and things like that because I'm worried what's going to happen long term. So Scotland that's two. Ireland, Scotland, like they all. My great grandparents on my mother's side, one set is from Scotland and one set is from Ireland. I have Bartlett and Kern. So I guess you can tell which one is the Scottish. And I got both the genes. I got the nice round face, the curvy body, and my mother has red hair. So yeah, names are oh. My husband always used to say, if you could give somebody a number, assign a number to them, he can remember that. But if you give them their name, he has a horrible time remembering. So I will remember. The more we become friends, the more I'll remember. Making these videos will be good for your brain too. Yeah. Though there are times where I get a deer in the headlight look and I have to pause sometimes because I forget where I was going or what I was talking about or what I'm talking about. It happens a little bit. So hello, Lisa. Thank you for coming. My husband was in Australia for a whole month. David, how long ago was that? 7 years ago? When you went to Australia for a month? I can't, it's been a while, but he was there for a whole month. The only thing he one of the things he couldn't get over was how expensive it was. Very expensive. If you visit Armadillo. Yeah. We want to go for like 3 weeks, and I don't want to go to like all the touristy places. I will admit, like the last 2 or 3 days we're there, we want to stay in a castle just so we can say we did. But the majority of it, we want to stay like in like a little cottage that somebody will rent us. And I want to be in like little towns and go to the pubs and go hiking. And I mean, of course, I do want to visit a few things. I want to visit the cliffs of Dover. See, but there are some things we want to see, but for the most part, I just want to stay there and just, visit the little towns and the pubs and hike and just and have a cup of tea in the mornings, out in a little patio or something like that. That's what I think that's why I love Nora Roberts so much and JD Robb, who are the same people, because she writes so much about Ireland in her stories, and it just makes you want to go visit. So I'm just going to take a drink. And yes, this is a guilty pleasure. It's fall, you all. It's fall because the cranberry ginger ale is out. So I'm just going to take a sip. So I can't stay on too long tonight because Aiden got called into work, so we have to go pick him up. And I love having a little insider tip. He let me know that they have more fall things that they put out. So I kind of want to run in and look, but at a couple of things. So we're going to have to go in a little early before they close to shop. He said they were very busy tonight. And I told him, well, that's why they called Jan, because I knew it was going to be busy. It's the end of the month. It's payday for everybody. So yeah, I know it's not the greatest for me. I know it's terrible. I know I try not, I don't buy cases of it. I try not to anyway. And I try to limit. It's a little early. Usually I wait till the weekend, but we had run out today. I had to take some things back to UPS for delivery. And we had to run in. I had to go get more jars too. And Giant Tiger was out of them. So we had to go to Walmart and they had it. And I'm like, okay, now I got to get one. So yes, thank you. Hit that thumbs up, everyone. So much to talk about tonight. I'm not even sure where to start. I am going to start where I am so excited. Oh, hold on a sec. Whereabouts in Australia did he visit? I'm in Victoria. Babe, where did you go in Australia? Where were you in Australia? Sydney. That's what I thought. Yeah, because you sent me pictures of him in front of the Opera House. So he was in Sydney. You also said like it was weird to see like all the cockatoos just flying wild. I mean, here they're pet in cages, right? And they're just everywhere there. So he said that was kind of cool. Okay. I'll ignore your comments for a second. It's hard for me because I don't want to ignore you too long, and I'll catch up with a minute. So the exciting things is, friends, I don't know if any of you saw my video today. I reached 3,000 subscribers sometime between last night and this morning. I wish I had one of those thingies that you what's it called, noisemakers. Jeez, I wish I had one of those, but I don't. Yeah, I reached. I was speechless. And if y'all know me well enough, or you get to know me well enough, that doesn't happen very often. And I can't even wrap my head around it. I honestly set these goals never expecting to make them. I really don't. Like, I hope, I pray, I work hard, and I hope and I pray. But I just, I honestly don't think I'm going to make them. And then to make it, like, so soon. It just blows me away. I'm not even setting another goal right now because I can't even wrap my head around what has happened to me this month. This month has been very, very good to me. David and I celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary, and my channel is just exploding. And a few people ask me what my success is, and I don't really have a whole lot of, I did a lot of stuff that all the experts tell you to do, and it didn't work for me. And I think part of it is because it wasn't my personality. It wasn't who I was. So I think that was part of it. The other part is I'm making videos I enjoy making. I am. I make videos that I like to make. So I'm hoping that you all can see that I enjoy them. So you enjoy watching. I hope that's what is coming across. When I got diagnosed with cancer the first time, and we made this bucket list of what we wanted out of life and what we wanted to accomplish or what we just wanted to have, this was it. This was living on a homestead. I mean, we have bigger dreams, but I mean, having chickens, having the apple trees, having the large garden, having property for my kids to play because they were little when we moved here. And I generally cannot remember a time where I've been happier this last decade, even with all the cancer battles in between. I truly am. And I have a passion for women's health because of what has happened to me. And I tell women all the time, if you don't take care of yourselves, you can't take care of anybody. And you know your body better than anybody. So if you think something's wrong, chances are it is. And you fight, scream, holler, kick, whatever you got to do to someone listens to you. So that's just another passion of mine. And I want to share it. You know, I think when you're passionate about something, you just generally want to share it. And if you had told me 3 years ago I would be doing this, I would have laughed you silly. And I would have said, you are absolutely out of your mind, crazy. Because I never thought about doing it. And I actually put off doing it for several months. And my son finally said, Mom, you just got to do it. Do it, do it, do it. So I pulled the trigger and did it. And I've come to love it. I love it. Like I said to my husband, I feel like, because I say this and not to get or sympathy. We do not have a lot of friends here. Like, I mean, nobody really visits us here. You know what I mean? Like, we don't have a lot of socialization and stuff. And I think that's why I've enjoyed making the daily videos, because I feel like I'm talking to you all every day, because I go in and I look at all your comments after the videos and we chat back and forth. I will miss that part of the daily, but the daily is not going to go on. I can't keep up daily forever. I just can't. But I enjoy doing it. I've really come to love it. I think finally at my age, and I'm almost 49, I finally found what I want to be when I grow up. If that makes any sense. So to see it grow, and it's flattering because I have worked hard this summer, and I'm not going to lie, it is flattering, but it's humbling, and I feel very, very blessed. I really do. I wish you all could see what happens when I see my subscriber count. The family will tell you, like, it's crazy. I go, oh my gosh, and I tell them, and they're all like, whoa. It's just it's hysterical when it happens. But yeah, so thank you from the top, the bottom, and both sides of my heart. I cannot thank you enough. I really can't. So that is one of the exciting things that has happened. And I'm going to go catch up with all your comments before I go to the next one. I think, thank you very much. Yep, there's some noisemakers right there. Oh, there's some more. Go for 5,000. 5,000 by Christmas. I really, I don't think so. I don't think it would happen, but I certainly will hope and pray it would. Obviously, your genuine personal income is. Thank you so much. I don't know how to be any different, and a lot of part of my life, the first 30 something years of my life, I tried to hide a lot who I was. I heard a lot growing up that I was too much. You're too much, Lynn. You talk too much. You're too loud. You're too passionate. You're too much. And I heard that a lot growing up. I heard it a lot all through my 20s, into my 30s. And then finally I got to the point where it took getting cancer, before I realized I'm not going to care what anyone thinks anymore. And I'm not going to be the woman I think I'm supposed to be because everything around me is telling me. And that's what it's been like. So in a way, I don't say this lightly. Cancer, I don't want to say cancer was a blessing, because it wasn't. And it certainly wasn't a gift, because gift's something you want. But cancer ended up being an unexpected eye-opener and really changed all of our lives and quite a bit. And that's just one of the ways I started being the woman I was and wanted to be, not who I thought I had to be. And I hope that does come across. You being you, I think, is your YouTube superpower. Yeah, that helps, being on both sides. Though my kids tell me I'm more Canadian than American, because I've lived in Canada now longer than I lived in the States. So Aiden tells me all the time, you're Canadian, Mom. You're more Canadian now. So well done for every bit counts. Thank you. I'm so excited to share tomorrow. That's the other thing I want to talk to you all about. You are who you are. I am. And I can't be anything else. The Every Bit Counts Challenge. Tomorrow is the last day. And I am so happy. This girl is wiped. I almost wasn't going to do live tonight because I was so tired, but then I was so excited about the subscriber count and the Every Bit Counts Challenge ending. So I said, the heck with it. I will do it. And I wanted to talk to all of you. So I'm glad it's ended. So tomorrow's video will be the last one. And I got a couple of things I'm planning to share with you all in it. I'm really excited. I really am. I will say the amount I put away this month is insane. I have canned and dehydrated more than I ever have. I think I broke my record this year. I really do. I think I have canned more. And we're not done. We're not done. I got a lot to do too next month. I pretty much can. I kind of can year round, but the big canning sessions, I'll still be going probably a good another month. But Aiden goes back to school next week, and I have some things I want to make him. Excuse me, that ginger ale is bothering me a little. Probably not the greatest thing to drink when you're doing a live. See right there. Anyone else probably would have said something else, but I don't know what else to say. What was I talking about? Oh, yes, Aiden's heading back to school, so I got to make him a few things. So, which I'm going to be filming to show you. I got a couple of new things I want to try with him. So, for anyone who is new here, we do have 2 children with special needs. Grace is autistic. She's on the spectrum. And Aiden has Tourette syndrome and a few other. They both have other things on top of the main diagnoses. And I talk about it often because, one, I want no shame with that, because like we have told the kids, it's no different than someone being diagnosed with cancer or diabetes or high blood pressure or, high cholesterol or anything like that. So we want to make sure we make it part of the normal conversation. And they probably have the best self-esteem of 2 teenagers, though Grace isn't a teenager for much longer, which is mind-blowing. They probably have the best self-esteem of 2 teenagers I think I've seen. And I want them to, not worry about it being a stigma or anything like that. So I do talk about it often. So I will. And because I do want to just be part of normal conversation. So we have that. So we have them. And with both of those diagnoses comes dietary issues. So a lot of my canning and things are not always for them. They're just for David and I, because they don't have an issue. They don't like a lot of things, rather, that we might eat. And then there are some things I can just for them, like Grace's pears. I had a few people say, why do you can in such small quantities? That's the great way Grace likes them. So I take her needs into consideration and I can them in the portions that she likes. It's easy for her. It helps her stay with her routine, which is very important with both these diagnoses, routine and schedules. And it's exhausting. Change is not our friend with these 2 diagnoses. Let me tell you, change is not our friend. So, all this is leading up to me saying I have a couple of recipes that I'm going to try for Aiden. One is a breakfast cookie that has some high protein in it, which he needs because he's a runner. He's doing cross country and he's been training. He hasn't stopped since track and field in the spring. And he's been training all through the summer and everything. And I want him to make sure he has protein because he does not eat a lot of meats. He does eat chicken and he does eat some pork and he loves turkey. So that being said, I've got some things. He also loves this Dempster's 14 grain bread. 12 grain was his favorite. It's hard to find 12 grain now. He loves it. The price of it has gone through the roof. It is insane. It's over $4 and something a loaf now. When it goes on sale, I'm lucky if it's on sale for $4. It's just, and he goes through it so much, so fast. So he has agreed I'm going to try a couple of recipes and he's agreed to try them. And hopefully I can replicate one so he will like it. So I'll have like a big baking day. My plan is to make like 6 loaves, at the beginning of the month to take him through a couple of weeks. And then mid-month, I'll have to make maybe another 6 loaves. But if I can find one he likes, I'm going to make it for him. So that I have a lot to do. So I am purposely taking the 1st of September. I had a friend say, are you going to can on September 1st? Nope. Even if I have something, I'm not canning. I'm taking it off on purpose. So let me see. I'm hoping to do the challenge next year, God willing. It'll be fun to have you. It has been amazing. I hope Jessica's proud of how many, I think on YouTube, it was over 200 channels alone on YouTube who joined this year. That's not counting the many, many people who joined on Instagram and then people who aren't on social media at all and just followed along and did it. So I hope she's proud of the challenge that she started. Thank you, Cheryl, and welcome. Thank you so much. How are you? I know those hurricanes are scary. I talked to my mom a little while ago. They're okay. They got a bit of rain and some wind, but other than that, they're all right. Because my parents they thought they had no damage during Ian, and then they end up having a ton of damage. I think there's one thing left they still have to have fixed that they've been waiting on because it's just been crazy. So, oh, thanks, guys. You're going to make me blush. Yes, exactly. And that's what we call it here, neurodivergent. Though we always say maybe Grace and Aiden are the normal ones. Maybe we're all the abnormal ones. Maybe being neurodivergent is what's normal. Maybe not being neurodivergent is what's not normal. So I've got 9 children. Wow. You're a busy mom. They're either autistic, dyslexic, dyspraxic. Not sure what that one is, or combination of needs. No shame here, just love and under. Exactly. And honestly, it took us a long time to get diagnosis for the kids. And when we finally got them, we were kind of gobsmacked about both of them because we just thought these are just our kids. We didn't know that any different. I mean, there were some things we knew something was going on, and a few teachers here and there told us. But yeah, until when we got we were pretty shocked at some of them. Some of them we weren't shocked. So that it's crazy. It is crazy. And it's one of those things where it is one of the few things he eats that's healthy. So you kind of buy it, but it just keeps going up. It doesn't stop, the price of it. When we started off buying it, I think we were paying about $2.50 a loaf, and we get it on sale 2 for $4. Now it's gone up just since the last month. So can you imagine? And I'm not that old, people. I can remember when we were paying $1 something for a loaf of bread. So yeah, I'm trying a whole bunch of things. I literally am. I've been researching, and flax is one of the things I want to start adding to some of his meals, with him not knowing that, and chia, because they are. So we're going to start doing that. So I got to get wrapping this up. My other announcement I want to make is September 1st is right around the corner. Can you believe it? I don't know where the summer went. And that means the start of Stock It September is starting. So this is an open collaboration that I am hosting. And even if you don't have social media pages or you follow along. So this is a collab that I'm doing. I decided I was going to do it back in June. And then a couple weeks ago, I thought, you know what? Let's do this as a collab and cheer each other on and get some ideas for our pantries. We're going to take $10 each week, the 4 weeks of September. And we're only going to buy things for the pantry with those $10. You can go over 10 if you want. The reason I picked 10 because I know times are hard, very hard. And everybody is pinching pennies and dollars. And I thought $10 wasn't too crazy an amount to put towards our pantries. And it's just like every bit counts. This $10 a week will really add up at the end of September, hopefully. And there's certain things that are on this time of year for sales that I particularly like to start stocking up on for my pantry. So this seemed like the perfect time. And if you are going to do it on your social medias, YouTube or whatever, all I ask is that you use the hashtag StockItSeptember, which I will write it down here. September. Okay. And let me put it up here. Okay. Stock It September. And you give the credit to the host, me, Bucket List Homestead. And you show what you were getting and be honest about what you spent. If you did spend more than 10, I just ask that you please be honest. If you spent less than 10, let me know. And you just show what you got. And it may only be 2 things that you get 1 week because, the cost of everything. But that's 2 more things in your pantry that you didn't have before this challenge. So, and if it's only 2 things, you just show those 2 things. Simple as that. So I'm really excited. I've had so many people reach out telling me they want to join. I am like stoked. Like, I'm so excited for this one. I've done a few collabs. This one I'm really happy. I've enjoyed them all, but this one's got me really excited because I like people being prepared because things are not going to get better this winter. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I got a bad feeling about some things. I have had it for a while. And it's just getting worse. So we're going to be prepared for the worst. And I also am trying to cut back on our grocery budget starting in the new year. I'm going to be doing that pantry challenge that Jessica does where you don't go to the grocery store. And I've done it a couple of years now, but I'm really going to go for it this year. So yeah, I'm really excited for that. I hate going out in the winter. This girl doesn't like the cold at all. I don't like 104 Fahrenheit either, and I hate the bugs, but I don't like the cold. So I like to stay snug and cozy in my house. So if I don't have to go out that much, that I don't have to, that's even better. So I don't much more I can say about it other than I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what everybody's getting. And I think when we share what we get, not only is it encouraging to other people, but it gives you ideas. You're like, oh, I didn't think to get that for my pantry. Next week, I'm going to get some of that. So that's, going forward, that's what I'm looking for. So I'm so excited to host this. And I hope you'll follow along. So that will be starting. My first video for it will be out it starts the 1st, but I won't be showing the video until the first full week. So I think I said the first week ends on the 8th. The second week will end on the 15th. The third week obviously will end on the 22nd, and then the last one will be on the 30th. So yeah, there is 5 Fridays, but it works out perfectly for weeks kind of thing. So it, with the days. So as long as you're somewhere within each week, if you go the beginning of the week and that's when you do your shopping, then that's your week. If you go middle of the week, that's, to do your shopping, then, what I mean? It's up to you when you air the video. I'm probably going to be doing mine on Fridays just because of when I shop. So anyone have any questions about it? You can ask here, or you can email me at bucketlisthomestead93@gmail.com, and I can answer any questions. If you want to use the thumbnail that I made for it, you're more than welcome to email me, and I will send it to you. I have no problem. You can use your own thumbnail if you want. I have no problem with that. Just let me know. Oh, that's too bad, Cheryl. I'm sorry to hear that. We are fine. We are in Beaver County, Florida. Some winds and rain, but no power loss. It was strange seeing other. Yeah, my nephew, who's in Florida with my parents, he shared some pictures of, I can't remember where he said, and the roads were buckled and everything. It is scary. My parents haven't had any power loss either, as far as I know, knock on wood. My mother's actually in a different part of Florida. My uncle had a huge brain tumor removed from his brain yesterday morning. He was diagnosed like 3 days with it, and he's a veteran. They got him right into the VA hospital, and they said it has to come out like yesterday. He's doing well. He's awake. He's talking. God answers prayers. We've been praying like crazy, so he is still with us, and he's doing well. But Mom went down there to be with him. So she sent me video earlier. They just got wind and rain in their part of Florida too. So, oh boy, just crazy. No, we have, I mentioned it in some of my grocery hauls. We have a store called the Grocery Outlet, and it used to be called Almost Perfect. And they get in overstock of things. They get a lot of things in from the States, which I like. But they get a lot of organic things. They get a lot of dairy-free things. And they typically get Tuesdays and Thursdays, they typically get their shipments. And so I'll be going down tomorrow, checking out what they have and seeing what they have. So we have that, but they have meat sometimes, but not huge. Like we bought a bunch of bacon from them. We've gotten, I think, fish before from them, but primarily it's more pantry goods and dairy and non-dairy things that we get there. I love it. Even they've gone up because the cost of everything has gone up. So, but yeah. Wow, I've never seen that. They'll mark it down to 50% off when it's getting old, but that's about as best as they do. Yay! Happy to have you join. So when I do my lives pretty much the month of September, I'll just be checking in with you all who are doing it, who maybe aren't videotaping it, and just seeing how you're doing and everything. So I'm so excited. I'd have to do 10 pounds. Yes, you would. If you're joining from other countries, then I don't know how to figure that out. So yeah, I guess we would just say 10 is I don't know what 10 pounds is in Canadian. David, do you know what 10 pounds would be in Canadian? He's been a lot of places like that with the military. So England. Yep. So it'll be $14-15 Canadian. So I hope that works. That's not bad. So I'm doing. Me too. I am so excited for this. I'm a pantry nerd. I'm sorry, but I am. Like I said in my video, my pantry means more to me than just showing off. Oh, look what I have here. I look at this and I see insurance for rougher times, which we might have. David could end up being part-time for a good portion of the winter. We don't know yet. So we're still kind of waiting to see about that. I know that we don't have to buy food for quite a long time. We're very lucky that way. I've worked hard to make sure we're lucky that way. But I also see it as a way to help my community. I had mentioned earlier this summer, there was a lady who's been battling breast cancer for a year. Her husband had 3 jobs. She was a house cleaner, which she could not work while she was sick, obviously, between surgeries, chemo, radiation, all that. And he got laid off from his 3rd job. And after they paid their rent and everything, things were rough, and they have 2 little ones. And she took this brave step and said, we need some help. And I was able to round up between the freezer and our pantry. I took them 2 boxes. And I don't say this to get congratulations. I say this because that is also what the pantry can be. It can also be a way to help people in your community. And other people came forward, and she said that they were taken care of for at least 2 months because of what people had donated. And just to I can't imagine the weight that took off her shoulders, knowing that at least her boys and both of them would be able to eat, because rents here are so crazy. So that's what the other thing it means to me. So I love my pantry. We call it our store. Some people call it a prepper pantry. Some people call it a stockpile, long-term storage, whatever you want to call it. That's pretty much what it is. So Hello, Thomas. Thanks for dropping by. Life in the Valley. How is life in the Valley today? Hello, Ram. Thanks for stopping in. Now to figure out what other content to fill that video up with. I mean, I've had people talk to me about that, and I don't think it's going to be as short a video as you think. By the time you introduce what you're doing, the host, why you're doing it, maybe talk a little bit about your stockpile or your long-term storage, and then you show the things, and then you say something like, and be sure to come back next week. You'll be surprised. It might end up being anywhere between a 5 to 8 minute video, which is perfect. I think it'll be longer than people think they are. I think we'll see. I know mine are going to be. So thank you, Anne, so much. I'll have to be running soon too to go get the new working man in the family. So thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great week. God bless. Thank you. We'll take all the prayers we can get. He's been battling cancer in his eyes for quite a few years now. And he had a reoccurrence of that. And I think that's probably where the brain tumor came from, but he's doing there. So yes. Yep. I haven't heard that at all. Great. I've been trying to avoid the news because it literally drives me insane and infuriates me. So I didn't see that. I am happy to say it looks like we have bus routes for school year this year. It was looking like it was touch and go there for a while, and I thought I was going to have to drive Aiden to and from school 4 trips a day, 20 minutes away, one way. But they finally settled it all, and I'm hoping we hear tomorrow about his bus number and everything. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you could. I don't know how, maybe 7 pounds would roughly make it. Can you get things for 7 pounds? Oh, here we go. $10 Canadian is $5.70. Thank you, Karen. Can you get things for $5.70 a pound? If you can't, then do 10 pounds. So, oh, there's Angela. I actually opened at the beginning with you saying, when I got to your comment that I totally understood. It is so hard to pick a day when other people don't have lives. Like, I started out on Wednesdays when I started doing my lives a year ago. And then for some crazy reason, I decided, well, I know why I moved to Saturday, different reasons, but main reason being it was so I could unplug the internet from everybody else and have the internet for a while. But now that we have great internet again, that is one of the things I am grateful for this Thanksgiving is our better internet. I was able to come back to Wednesdays, but there's only 7 days a week and so many people going live. You're bound to bump into people. Well, it certainly gives you an excuse to have at least one video a week, right? So watching the ads. Hello, Lynn. Hi, Jamie, when you get here. Hello. Yeah, like even the kids call and they'll say, Mom, do we have any? I'm like, check the store. And if we're out, we got to put it on the list because it means we need some things. We need another one. And how proud am I that Grace, we went out grocery shopping last week, just a couple of odds and ends. And she loves the Daiya big box mac and cheese that she can get. She bought it when we were in the States to try it. And then we ended up finding it here. And she loves it. And it was on sale 2 weeks ago. And it was 2 for something. And she looks at me and I said, well, make sure you get 2. Because 1, it's 2 for something. And you will eat 1 probably today. And you want 1 on the shelf. So whenever you take 1 away, you always make sure there's 1 thing on the shelf. So we were out a couple of days ago. And she said, oh, Mom, hold on a second. She went and grabbed 1. It wasn't on sale anymore. So she just grabbed 1. And I looked at her and I said, she goes, I have 1 at home, but I'm going to plan to eat it. So I know I need to have 1 on the shelf. So yay! If that's one thing the kids get from me, I'm so excited. So she listened. Still watching in ahead. Okay. Thank you. I think so. I always share my I share the link to my new video each time I put one out, which has been exhausting this month, but I always do it. But I might do a live on Instagram either, inviting people too who might not have YouTube. Actually, I think I'm going to do that. So I will try and get that out tomorrow to talk about that. So thank you for reminding me, Cheryl. Thanks. Hello. I don't know. I'm worried I'm going to butcher your name. Is it Dashia? Did I say it right? And thank you so much. Your comments have been so what's the word I'm looking for? I've lost my word. Encouraging. Ooh, I got it. So encouraging. Thank you so much. Yeah, dark times coming in, and I'm not staying too long tonight because we do have to go pick up the working man tonight, and I want to go in early, and I need to grab a couple of things from the Dollar Tree. So, okay, all right, we'll see what you can do. Oh, there are you? Can you see me now? Hi, Jamie. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah. Oh, yes. Please post it if you have Facebook, Instagram. What are the other things? I don't know. Snapchat, Threads, Twitter, but it's not Twitter anymore. X, whatever social media you have. If you want to share it on there, share it. The more people that share it, the more people find out about it, and the more people want to join. And I did not know this, but apparently September in the States is known as preparedness month or something. So it's a great month for the Americans to jump on board. So another subscriber mentioned that to me. I can't remember who it was. Mentioned that's what that was. So it might even been you, Jamie. You might have mentioned it now that I think about it, and I could be wrong. So if anyone has any questions, like I said, I'm going to put my email down here about Stockit September. Was it you, Jamie? I remembered. Yay me. So there is my email. I'm just going to put it up on the screen. You can also follow me over on Instagram, Bucket List Homestead Original, on Instagram. And if you have any questions for Stockit September, if you want to use the thumbnail, like I said, I'm actually thinking of, and I also wanted to mention, I'm thinking about making my Every Bit Counts Challenge video tomorrow, my last one. No, it wasn't you. Okay. How about in the coop? Okay, thank you. That's flattering that you're actually out there and you're listening to me. Thanks. I love it. I'm thinking about making my video tomorrow a premiere so I can watch it with all you all. So it's kind of like a live without a live. It really depends on when I can get it made. I plan on doing it first thing in the morning, like I have been. Get it edited, get it uploaded. I'm going to try for it and make it a premiere tomorrow. So that way I can watch it all with you. Though sometimes it's kind of cringy to watch myself. But I might do it. Because it's fun. I've done one premiere before and it was a blast. So I really need to do more of them. I'm going to the store tomorrow. I know. I said I've never been so excited to go shopping for groceries. I'm really excited to try to push myself to see just how much I can get for $10 a week. And please, if you have an extra few dollars and something is an amazing sale, get it. Like, don't worry about if you go over 10. I mean, just please be honest if you're sharing with anything, Instagram, YouTube, whatever. Just please let me know, please be honest how much you spent so people don't think you got all of that for $10 and you spent 18. But certainly, please, if you see a good deal, like a crazy deal, and you're like, wow, that's not going to be that in a couple of weeks, and you have the extra dollars to do it, buy it. Please don't restrict it just because you think, oh, I can't go for $10. Please don't do that. I'm certainly going to try, to stick to $10. But if I see, especially if it's things I know the kids eat that can get pricey, because Grace's dairy-free stuff's expensive, Aiden's high-protein things can be expensive. If I see them on sale at a good price, you can darn well bet Lynn's going to pick them up. So, I love your energy. It's called Hyped Up. I had a cup of tea right before supper, and I think the caffeine's kicking in because I'm feeling it. Actually, my cheeks are a little bit hot too. So the other part is too is I don't have a lot of adults to talk to during the day, especially about this stuff. So by the time I do get around other adults and get talking, it's like crazy woman time. So and I'm we were at the grocery store 2 weeks ago and there was a cashier there and I can't remember what we were buying, but how we got talking about gardening. And she had just moved to the area and said that she was, um, disappointed that she wasn't able going to get a garden in. And I said, oh, there are some things that you can plant now and have for fall that can even withstand a little bit of frost. And she's like, seriously? And we get chatting and I'm realizing we can't chat too long because there's a lineup behind me, but I'm like, I can talk to anybody about gardening or canning or crocheting or whatever it is. I can talk to anybody about it. So me too. I see that's the Scottish and Irish genes in me. I love tea. I love tea. I drink all kinds. I love tea. It's my favorite. We don't drink coffee in the house. My husband doesn't either. He does have cappuccinos every once in a while from Tim Hortons, which aren't really cappuccinos. They're basically liquid sugar. But yeah, I love tea. David's family actually is from England. His grandfather immigrated after the war. He was in the Royal Air Force in England, right, David? And he came to Canada when he was what, 20 something? He was a young man, 20, 22. And yeah, so David actually has families still in England from his grandfather. So I guess that's where David gets his tea loving genes. I just always been told I talk too much. I do. I talk a lot, but like I said, when you don't see someone all day, my poor husband, he must come home and just be like, whew. We've been married long enough now, though. He knows. Yeah. Yeah, I do that too. So yeah, we do. Yeah, I have been drinking a tea, especially in the evenings, of my own chamomile that I grew and dried. And when I did strawberries back in June and I cut the tops off, I left a little more meat on the tops than I normally do, and I dehydrated them all, and I mixed them in with my chamomile. I am telling you, it is delicious. Just a tiny bit of honey. I don't even need that much honey because the chamomile to me has like a honey flavor. OMG, it is so good, which is why I keep picking my chamomile because I know I'm going to be drinking a lot of that this winter. So, yes, exactly. Yep, that's exactly right. Where now with the traffic, we used to be 10 minutes away from say Walmart. That would probably be the closest grocery store. With traffic now, it can be it's pretty much a 20-minute drive, which is still not bad, but it's enough. I don't mind. I don't mind being 30 minutes away or even 60 minutes away as long as it's because of the distance, not because of how busy it is. Does that make sense? Like I don't mind driving 30, 45 minutes if it's just because we live 30 or 45 minutes. I don't want it to be a 30-minute drive because there's a gazillion cars in front of us. So it's delicious, Rem. I love it. It is so good. And it's so different having chamomile you grow and dry yourself and buying chamomile tea. It tastes so, I'm not kidding, it tastes totally different. So yeah, I hate running out too. Oh, hello. Is it Johanna? Thank you so much for joining. Yep, I did. I dehydrated strawberry leaf too, which is very good for you. I couldn't find. Oh, I didn't know if they would be upset if I picked their leaves at the U Pick place this year for raspberries and blackberries. So I didn't pick any, but I was tempted. I should have asked them, but I don't know. Don't think it will hurt it. But hold on a second. Let me grab. I'll show you. I'm back. So these are my raspberry tops. Everyone see them? Oh, one fell out. That I dehydrated. Okay. Now what I do is, because you don't want to steep the chamomile for very long, because where it is a natural herb, I find it can get kind of bitter. So I put the strawberry in the strainer first and let this steep maybe about 2 minutes. And then I put the chamomile in, and I just let the chamomile steep. Again, like I said, it's mine, so it's strong. I only let it steep no more than 30, 40 seconds. And then I take it all out, and then I have the tea. So definitely steep the strawberry part first, and then the chamomile. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. It's not going to affect them any. See, this is why I want, when we move, I'm hoping we can have our own. So now David grew up out in the country. His bus ride to school was crazy. It was like an hour one way. And he hated it because of it. He could not join anything after school. He couldn't join any of the running or the track or anything, and they wanted him to, but he couldn't, because there was no such thing as a late bus that would take kids home. His parents couldn't get him. They were either working or whatnot. So I think that's one of the things that makes him, I don't mind being like an hour away. We're going to compromise and look for a place that is not on a busy road, that doesn't have a lot of neighbors on either side, and is no more than 30 minutes drive. So we'll see. Yeah. I mean, Aiden he's got a good this new bus that he was on at halfway through last year, that was quicker because they didn't have as many kids, so they didn't have as many stops. But it's still, he's got about a half-hour ride, which is, people think, oh, that's not too bad. But when you're in town and it's like a 5-10 minute ride, a half hour does seem long. So yeah, that I can't imagine. Was that one way, 2.5 hours? Or was it total? Man, you must have had to get up really early to catch the bus. Like that's a long way. So okay, everybody, I'm going to wrap this up. Man, it got dark. Fall's a coming, and I couldn't be happier. I love fall. I think I've already mentioned that, but I'm a fall baby. And the bugs are gone. It's not so cold that you're having to bundle up like crazy. It's still warm enough. It's apple season. It's pumpkin everything season. It's cozy season. Soups are I love soup. So I love fall, the colors especially. And that's the other thing. We booked our hotel to the Homesteading Conference. Homesteading Festival is what they're calling it, in Bracebridge, October 14th. And I can't wait, because the drive there is going to be spectacular. That is like peak leaf season here for colors. And we're going to go up and stay overnight, because it's a 3-hour one way. And I'm really excited. It looks amazing. They're going to have quite a few seminars. I mean, some I'm not as interested in, but there's some I'm definitely interested in, and a lot of vendors. And I was going to make them, but just between time and everything, I ordered us Bucket List Homestead sweatshirts for David and I to wear. So yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to go. These homesteading, it's so nice to see us Canadians getting homesteading conferences and festivals for a change. So, I'll be videotaping probably all of it, and I'll definitely be taking video of the leaves. Grace is also a fall baby. Her birthday's in October, and she loves it too. So I can't wait. It's peak fall. It's peak leaf season. Literally that weekend is like the best weekend. It's right after our Thanksgiving here in Canada. Our Thanksgiving's in October, for those of you who don't know, which is nice because it's still beautiful out. So yeah, David was the same way. He hunted, they fished definitely. And they had he was one of 4 kids, so there was always someone to play with. And there was actually a lot of kids out where they lived in the country. They also had their animals. They had horses, they had goats. It's hard not to name an animal. They had their dogs, their cats, like they had, pet birds, like everything. So they had a lot of that growing up and outside time and just climbing trees and all that. So, and that was, holy cow. That is a long bus ride. You must have had to get on very, very, very early. So I might do a live. I might. We'll see. It really depends because when we get to certain parts where we're going, the data might not be that great, the cell reception. So, yeah, around. Oh, man. I mean, Aiden has to get up pretty early to catch our bus. And the first couple of weeks, sometimes he falls asleep coming home. Oh, yeah. That's my mother does admit that's one of the things she does miss about Florida is missing the fall. And that's usually when she comes and visits us. But she is going home to Maine in a few weeks. So maybe she will have a chance to see some colors turn. I hope when we move to our forever homestead, I hope we can get a guinea or two. I love them. I would love to have a couple. So I got a story about David. So when they were kids, they had a goat. David, was the goat Honeycomb kid? Was it Honeycomb? That the story about the goat when you get off the bus? Was it they had a goat named Honeycomb who I actually got to meet. She was still alive when David and I were dating because we've been together since we were young. And she would get out of her pen every day. She'd hear the bus coming down the hill and somehow she'd get out and she'd meet them at the driveway. And they used to be so embarrassed because they would say, Mom, everyone has a dog meet them for off the bus. We've got a goat. But I think that would have been cool to get a goat.
Cool. Called up to the bus stop and got on the bus.
Got on the bus. So, yum. Love my cranberries. I just used up last year's in this challenge. So, I think it was cute. But as a kid, you don't think it's too cute. And of course, getting on the bus, I'm sure the bus driver didn't like that at all. She was a wonderful goat. I loved her. And I'm telling you, even after they had her for a while, because even after we were married, hun, and we would come home to visit, she would know David and I. We come to that backyard and she would run towards the gate, wanting David to cut the leaves off the bushes to feed her. Like, she was a sweetheart. I loved her. It's probably kind of what started in my brain of wanting all this. So now Rem says now he wants a goat. I actually rather have sheep than goats because, one, I'd love the wool for my own crocheting, but I love sheep. On our anniversary, I got to keep wrapping this up because we got to leave soon, but on our anniversary, like I said, you can take the girl off the homestead, but you can't take the homestead out of the girl. We actually went to the Agricultural Museum in Ottawa, and I loved it. He couldn't have taken me to a better place. It was full of animals, and they had some sheep there. I'm like, do you think they would notice if we kind of took one and kind of kept it, took it home in the Jeep? I loved the sheep. I mean, the goats were cute and everything, but I think I'd rather have a couple of sheep. I really would. So, yeah, it could have been a pig. I go, did you have a pig, Dave? His grandfather had pigs because David helped them go on to their next life. I'm trying to think of the nicest way to say that. But, yep, exactly. I love crocheting. Love it. I'm making the dogs matching Christmas sweaters right now for our family photos we're having done in November. Yes, I'm that person. I'm also that mom that took a picture of her son's first day at work last week. So I'm that mom. I love my chickens too. I love them. These new chickens we have, though, they are so vocal. And they are not clucking. I have to try and get them recording on them. They sound like they're laughing. Like, Grace actually thought there was someone out there laughing the other day. It's the chickens. So, and I don't want to say we successfully released our monarchs yesterday. I do have a short video of it. I wanted to put it up as a short, but it's like 6 seconds too long, and I've already cut a lot of it out to try to make it. So I might end up just uploading it as a little bit longer short video, but longer than a short, if that makes sense. And we managed somehow to raise a male and a female. So that was pretty cool. It was amazing. It was actually kind of emotional to release them. I wasn't expecting that. I don't think Grace was either. So we will definitely do it next year. We're going to do more. Grace loved them. She loved them. She says, Mom, I kind of miss them not being there today, like watching them. So I think we might get her a fish. She used to have them when she was younger. And I think maybe having a fish in her room, just something simple. I think she will enjoy having that again. So yeah, that's it. They're cackling. And I guess it's just because our other chickens never really did it, not to this extent. And one gets the other going, and it's hysterical. To us, we've just never had that. So they've always been vocal, but not like this. Like, it's crazy. Hello, Annette. Thank you for dropping by. I actually have to leave because we got to go pick up the boy from work, and I need to run into the store before they close. And I don't want to be one of those people coming in at 5 minutes to closing. I used to hate that when I worked retail. So I'm going to get going. My Graham fresh eggs are delicious. They sure are. And I sold out of, because we have so many chickens now, I'm back to selling eggs. It's how I bought all my tomatoes and peppers and everything to make my pico de gallo and stuff today. It was with the money I made from selling my eggs. We sold out last weekend, like every dozen. And I've got a lady coming to get 2 dozen tomorrow. So it's a long weekend. So we'll probably get a few more dozen that I can sell this weekend. Oh my gosh. Yeah, our neighbor had them, and they really, really destroyed their little coach house they have. They like pulled the boards, everything right off. So I believe it. They're so destructive. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for coming. Don't forget to check out Stock It September. There is a video I put out announcing everything. But if you have any other questions, please give me a holler at my email or message me over on Instagram. I hope everyone joins. Look for tomorrow's video, the last video for Every Bit Counts. So glad to see that end in more ways than one, though I will miss posting daily videos for you all. And I will see you all soon. And thank you again for helping get me to my goal of 3,000 subscribers. Like, mind blown. I'm very, very, very appreciative, and I feel very blessed. So good night. God bless. Y'all take care. Have a great long weekend. Stay safe, and we will see you all next Wednesday. Bye, everybody.